Hello my wonderful friends, today I've decided to show you my go-to braid, my favorite ever braid, and it's a fishtail braid. The only braid that I always loved and I always wanted to learn to do it. I always had like a middle length hair, if I can say like this. It's always been kind of in my shoulders, just a tiny bit lower, but never like extremely long. That's why for this fishtail braid I'm gonna be using as well my hair extensions. If you've been in my channel for a while now, you will know that I have kind of medium hair. Since forever in my life I wanted to learn to do this amazing braid, and I used to have a friend that she had naturally extremely long hair like my extensions right now, and she used to have this really high ponytail and with a fishtail braid on, and it was stunning. I was always so jealous of her, and I always wanted to learn how to do a fishtail braid. I didn't know, obviously, then I was still 12-13 years old, so I didn't know that you can actually have the fishtail braid even on your side, or just do it from the top to your bottom, which you can do obviously on medium hair as well, even on shorter hair. Like you can do it just on your buns a little bit, or you can kind of use it on the short hair as well. You can kind of, if you have a long fringe, you can kind of do it on your fringe and just tie it up a little bit to style a little bit more the hair as well. But yeah, what else? I used a sea salt spray for this, and so I used Beach Waves Sea Salt texturizing spray from L'Oreal for this. You can use as well a dry shampoo. I usually find that this Beachy Wave Sea Salt texturizing spray is really amazing when I do my braids, especially because I have a lot of layers in my hair, and if you look underneath, they are starting to kind of push out a little bit. But what I find with this spray, they usually stay more in, so I just have here a few, but usually it's even more, like even up here they will just come out, and this really helps me to keep my braid in place, if that makes sense. You want to do it on a second day hair, not on a fresh washed hair, because it's kind of difficult. I find that for me it's kind of difficult if I want to do it on fresh hair, so I always suggest it on second day hair. It's if you never did it before, I will say just before you decide to wash your hair, try to kind of play with it and try to do the fishtail braid. You will see that it will be so much easier on dirty hair, we can say like this. Or if you really want to have it done that day and you just washed your hair, use a dry shampoo, use a sea salt spray, or just use some hairspray, spray it on. It will give you more texture and you can work more with it. So yeah, I think I'm finished for this intro, and I will leave you to my fishtail braid. Before I even started this, I used a sea salt spray, the L'Oreal one. I'm gonna link down below anyway everything that I use in this video, so you know where you can find it. You can use a dry shampoo as well to give more texture. The first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna brush my hair because I don't want any tangles in there. When I usually do a braid in the side, I usually do it on the right side, but you can do it on your left side, on your right side, what is more comfortable for you as well. So I'm gonna take a section of hair and I'm gonna divide this into parts. Try to be equal parts. There never are very equal, but yeah. So I'm gonna take a small strand of hair from my right side and I'm gonna pass it over to the left side. The same, a small strand of hair from the left, pass it to the right. Now I'm gonna take a strand of hair from outside, pass it to the left, and another strand from out and pass it to the right. I'm gonna repeat that. So I'm gonna take one strand of hair from my braid, the other, pass it, and then from outside. You can just take a strand of hair, divide it into parts, and then take small strands of hair just from outside, and don't take the ones from the actual braid that we are doing. But I feel like this, I have more texture at the braid, and as well they do stay better on my hair because I do have loads of layers. So like this, I'm sure that I find that it stays really nice all day long. So even if you take bigger strands of hair from outside and to the braid, and not so small, because you are taking some small ones from the actual braid, it's gonna give you loads of texture, if that makes sense. I'm trying to brush my hair, the section that I'm taking from the side. I try to kind of brush it with my fingers, so it comes nicely and I don't have loads of hair sticking out. Obviously, the smaller the strands of hair will be, the more gorgeous the braid will be as well. You see what I mean? If I don't brush the hair with my fingers when I take the strand in, then you will have these tiny pieces coming out. So make sure to, when you take your strand from outside, just take your fingers and kind of brush it in. If you like a messy look at the end, I kind of prefer to do it more more clean, try to be more clean, when I do the braid and then messy it out later, if you know what I mean. And try to brush the, especially when it's long, try to kind of brush all the way through, so it's easier for you actually to do the braid than just place it one after another, because if you just place the strands and you don't bother about the ends, then here it will get really angled and it will be quite hard to deal with it. So and as well, when I braid, I kind of take my finger and leave it in the middle. So at least what I have here, because like I said, if you have a lot of small layers, you do tend to lose them. So if I stop them with my, if I keep my finger here in the middle where the braid kind of comes together, then I make sure that none of those layers are going out. So when I take the strand from my left side to turn it over to the right side, I keep my right hand, if that makes sense, the finger just here, and when I turn, I do the other way around. So I take my finger and leave it in the middle, keep my braid, and then take the strand from outside. Once you finish all the hair and you are left with this big chunk, you will continue to just take a piece from your left, turn it to the right, and a piece from your right, turn it to the left, and make sure, of course, that you don't angle all this, tangle all this. Of course, the smaller your sections will be, the better your braid will look. It's kind of tiring doing this braid all day through, so if you want to take a break at a certain point, please do it, because it's like, ah, my back. And obviously, once I finished, I'm gonna stop this braid with an elastic. And now, if you want to mess it, just what I like to do is just take my thumbs, put it underneath, like where the middle of the braid is, and kind of open it up. So you push your thumbs out, you kind of open that braid, You can take the elastic and leave it tiny bit lower as well. This will give you volume and texture, and you can see all those amazing details of the braid. I usually just keep it like this. I don't mess it too much, even because in England, in London, usually it's so windy, it will go messy anyway in a few. But if you do want it more messy, just go ahead and mess it up a little bit more. At this point, if you want, you can use some hairspray. I usually don't use it. I just use the sea salt and it just keeps all in place. And yeah, this is my finished look. I hope you liked this video, and if you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you do try the version of my fishtail braid, please let me know, and I will see you in my next video tutorial. Bye guys, see you later.